हे गाइस, वेलकम। आज फिर से एक नया कॉन्सेप्ट, एक नया डीएलआर, एक नया वीडियो। This set is this set was asked in CAT 2022 Slot 1 DILR. This was considered to be the most difficult one. ठीक है, इसमें दो दो टेबल बनाना पड़ेगा, बट देखते हैं कैसे करेंगे इसको। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट अस गो थ्रू दिस। ये कहना क्या चाह रहा है? Four institutes A, B, C, D had contracts with four vendors. Okay, four institutes A, B, C, D, four vendors X, Y, W, X, Y, Z during the 10 calendar years from 2010 to 2019. ठीक है, four institute, four vendors had contracts with each other from 2010 till 2019. Okay, the contracts were either multi-year contracts running for consecutive years. Okay, अगर multi-year contract है, that means let's say if it is of 3 year and it started from 2010, तो ये 2011 भी चलेगा, 2012 भी चलेगा. If it's a multi-year contract, it has to be consecutive. कोई बीच में ब्रेक नहीं हो सकता. ठीक है, और single year contracts. Okay, no institute had more than one contract with the same vendor. Okay, ठीक है, अगर ए एक्स के साथ एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है तो ए और एक्स का एक और कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं हो सकता. ठीक है. However, in a calendar year, an institute may have contracts with multiple vendors. Okay, but they cannot have with the same vendor, and vendor may have had contracts with multiple institutes. ठीक है. Same goes with eh, same goes with vendor and same goes with institute. कि they both can have only ए एक्स का एक ही यूनिक पेयर होगा. ठीक है, एक ही कॉन्ट्रैक्ट का यूनिक पेयर होगा. It is known that over the decade, institutes each got into two contracts with two of these vendors, and each vendor got into two contracts with two of these institutes. Okay, ठीक है. तो A has got two contracts, B के पास two है, C के पास two है, D के पास two है. Similarly, W X Y Z two 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 two. ठीक है, तो एक टेबल हम लोग ये बना सकते हैं, A B C D and X Y Z W. ठीक है, एक तो ये टेबल बनेगा, and the other table we can draw is the sequence of those contracts, that is from 2010, 2011, 2012 up till 2019, in which year which institute was in contract with which vendor. ठीक है, तो दो टेबल बना सकते हैं हम लोग. Now let's come to these points. Vendor Z had at least one contract in every year. ठीक है, that means 2010 से 2019 तक it was engaged in all of these years with contract. It can be a single year contract, it can be multi-year contract. ठीक है, but if I draw a table from 10, 11, 12 up till 19, तो Z हर जगह मिलेगा मेरे को. ठीक है, vendor X had one more contracts in every year up till 2015. That means 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. तो X must be present in all these years, but not beyond that. इसके बाद X नहीं है. Vendor Y had contracts in 2010 and 2019. ठीक है, so Y had contract in 2010 and 2019. So this must be a single year contract. Vendor W had contracts only in 2012. ठीक है, तो W had contracts only in 2012. This is also single year contract. Now there are 5 contracts in 2012. There were 5 contracts in 2012. And if there are 5 contracts in 2012, we can have W, but we cannot have Y. Y is either in 2010 or 2019. So it must be W, X, Z, and one among these two should be repeated. That means either it should be W, X, X, Z, and again W, or it should be W, Z, Z, X, and again W. This can be the sequence of 2012. There were exactly 4 multi-year contracts. There were exactly 4 multi-year contracts. Institute B had 7-year contract, D had 4-year contract, A had C 3-year contract each. The other 4 contracts were single contracts. Now we have got, there are 4 single year contracts and there are 4 multi-year contracts. Okay. Institute C had 1 more contract in 2012 but did not have contract in 2011. Institute B and D each had contract in 2012. Institute D did not have contract in 2010. Okay. There are so many information. Now let's draw a table and fill in all the values. Okay. Now vendor Z had at least 1 contract in every year. ठीक है. चलो इसको बाद में देखते हैं. Z must be present in everywhere. Vendor Y had contracts in 2010 and 2019. So this is Y and this is Y. There are 5 contracts in 2012. Okay. And vendor W had contracts in 2012 only. So 2012 W, W, and it should be either X, X, Z, or it should be W, W, Z, Z, X. ठीक है. Okay. It can be either Z or X. There were exactly 4 multi-year contracts. Institute B had 7-year contract. Now, let's come to X. X was for minimum how many years? X is from when the X had 1 more contracts in every year up till 2015. That means 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. ठीक है. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So X must be present in 6 years. So ये जो 7 वाला है, B had a 7-year contract. So this cannot go to Y and W. So this can only go to Z. So Z 7-year is for B. Z 7-year is for B. D had a 4-year contract and A had 1 3-year contract. ठीक है. Institute C had 1 or more contracts in 2012 but did not have contract in 2011. C did not have contract in 2011. Okay. B and D each had exactly 1 contract in 2012. D did not have contract in 2010. D did not have contract in 2010. Okay, ठीक है. Y and W position is fixed. Now I need to fix X and Z position. So up till here, first, let us consider this one, WW, X, then Z. So X must be present up till here, up till 2015. ठीक है. So X must be in multi-year contract. So multi-year contract क्या क्या बच रहा है मेरे पास? 3, 3 and 4. ठीक है. So if it is repeated, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So one will be 4-year contract and one will be 3-year contract. So one will be 4-year contract and one will be 3-year contract. ठीक है. So 4-year contract X X X and 3-year contract X X. Now this 3-year contract 3 ईयर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किसके किसके पास है, ए के पास है एंड सी के पास है, ठीक है। नाउ देयर इज रिटन दैट Institute C had one or more contracts in 2012, but it did not have contract in 2011. ठीक है. So C has a 3-year contract. So this 3-year contract must belong to A. It cannot belong to C. Now, if 4 and 3 is consumed by X, then that means the other 3 has to be utilized by Z. So Z, 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 Z. So Z consists of 3-year contract and 7-year contract. ठीक है. Now 3-year contract कौन सा वाला, C वाला, C वाला. तो C cannot be present in starting over here. So C must be present only over here. ठीक है, ये C, 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 C. Now everywhere there is B. So this condition is satisfying. That means WW, then XX, then Z. ठीक है. Now let us figure out the other possibility. What happens when the multi-year, what happens when in 2012 the sequence is WW, X, and then Z, and then Z. So one Z has to be 7, that is confirmed. The other Z in this case, it cannot be 3, it has to be 4. ठीक है. It has to be 4. So the fourth contract is with D. D का 4 देना पड़ेगा इधर, and instead D did not have any contract in 2010. So ये जो last वाला है, last वाला 4 is with D. 1 2 3 4, this is D. And starting वाला 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. This is with C. ठीक है. Now in this case we can see that ये जो multi-year contract है for Z, that is coming in 2016. ठीक है. but we need but we had needed it to be in 2012. So this cannot be our, so this thought process is wrong. So Z का multi-year contract नहीं हो सकता. So Z must be in sequence 7 plus 3. ठीक है. So the only possibility is WWXX and then Z, 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 Z. Now X 1 2 3 4 and X X. ठीक है. यहाँ पे A. So 3-year contract A 3-year contract was with X. ठीक है. And D 4-year contract D 4-year contract is with X. D 4-year contract is with X. Okay. And Z 7-year contract is with B. And Z 3-year contract is with C. Z 3-year contract is with C. Now this we have done. We are done with all these things. ठीक है. Institute B and D each had one contract in 2012. So B and D each had contract in 2012. ठीक है. Institute B and D each had exactly one contract in 2012. तो D का तो one contract in 2012 हो गया, that is with X. So the only possibility left with 2012 वाला is for B. B is with W in 2012. तो B का 2 contract खत्म and D cannot be in 2012. So only option left for D is Y. So this is also done. So W is completed. There is one more statement. Institute C had one or more contracts in 2012. So in 2012, B, D, A, B is done. Then only left is C. So W 2022, this will be C. So this is also done. And A, Y will be Y. So Y in 2020, A vendor, and Y in 2019 is D vendor. So this is my sequence and this is my table. Okay. I hope up till here you all are with me. तो चलो next आगे देखते हैं. Question solving. In which of the following years were there 2 or more contracts? 2017, no, only one contract. 2017. 2018, one contract, nahi. 2016, only one contract, no. 2015, yes, there are 2 contracts, 1, 2. Question 1, D is the answer. Which of the following is true? B had a contract with Y in 2019. 2019, B, nahi, wrong. D had a contract with X in 2011. 2011, D or X? No. B had a contract with Z in 2017. B and Z in 2017. No. Galat. D had a contract with Y in 2019. Yes. This is the correct answer. D. Let's go to next questions. In how many years during this period was there only one contract? Only one contract. ये नहीं है, ये नहीं है, ये नहीं है, ये नहीं, ये नहीं है, ये नहीं है. 1, 2, 3. Option A. What best can be concluded about the number of contracts in 2010? 2010, 1, 2, 3. Exactly 3. Which institutes had multiple contracts during the same year? Multiple contracts during the same year. A के पास है. Yes. Then we have B. D, B, D, B, D, B, B, then D or C. It can be A and B only. Question 6. Which institutes and vendors had one more contracts in any year? One more contracts in any year. In 2010, we have vendor A with 2 contracts. In 2011, we don't have. In 2012, we have B. Then we have W twice. Then we have X twice. Basically, what this question says that we need to identify the letters which are repeating more than one. Okay. In 2010, which letter is repeating? A. Y, X, Z repeat नहीं कर रहा है. In 2012, it is B, it is W, and it is X. 2013, D, B कोई भी repeat नहीं कर रहा है. X, Z no. X, Z, D, B, X, Z, D, B ये तो होगा ही नहीं. D, D. So the answer should contain A, B, W, X. A not present, A not present, A, B, W, X. Yes, this is not the answer. सो ऑप्शन सी इज द करेक्ट आंसर। आई होप ये सेट समझ में आया होगा आपको। ठीक है, चलो, थैंक यू।